I was like, fuck it. I'm about to grow my hair out. Then I had braids, and then I was nervous going into these interviews with braids. I just had the biggest interview of my life last Friday, and I had dreads with no edges.
What defines my name? What defines my name? What defines my name? What defines my name? My name? My name? What defines my name? What defines my name?
We live in effect.
Cuz, what up, man?
Can't call it cuz, but I can call it. It's been a great week. It's been a great week. Cuz I'm always optimistic. Realistically, has it been a great week? Absolutely not. But mentally, I'm optimistic, bro. So yeah, things are good.
Yeah. Well, you're looking good, man. You're looking good. You're in the comfort of your own home. You're doing good, so that's always good to see, man. Let the people know. Let the people know who you are, man.
Yeah, so my name, I'll give y'all half of my government. It's Marcus, but people call me Mash because Marcus, Ash, last name, put the two together. And you got Mash.
Facts.
Sweet mashed potatoes, regular mashed potatoes, or garlic mashed potatoes. I like them all.
Ain't nothing soft about them, though.
No, that's a damn fact. Hey, the mashed potatoes soft, but goddamn it, that's about it. But
Yeah.
I come from you from down here in Fort Myers, Florida, originally from Rochester, New York, where my counterpart of my cousin is from, one of the greatest cities in the world. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Facts. Very unique.
Very unique. Shout out to Kodak, Bausch and Lomb, Xerox. You know, we kind of pioneered the workforce shit in corporate level and in the cinema level. So that's what we're gonna hold our head on. But yeah,
Rochester changed the game.
it did, and people don't. Doesn't get enough recognition because it's way up north, and yeah, it just doesn't get its just due. But that's okay because we're gonna represent the city just right.
That's facts, man. I go by the name of T.Dan. Some people call me Danny T, YBG Danny. I got a bunch of different aliases, but my friends and family, they just call me T.Dan. You know what I mean? And, you know, y'all can catch me on Instagram, catch me on X and all that. We'll make sure we'll leave our information on screen so y'all can check that out. But yeah, man, shoot. I had a great week too. I got some good news. So it's always a great week when you got good news, but it's always a good week when you don't get no news, right? So I always say no news is good news, right? So, but I got some great news this week. So, you know, I'm excited about that. We could talk about that a little bit later, but, yeah, man, I'm blessed, you know, got a beautiful family, household family, outside family, you know, my cousin doing the podcast with us, man. And, we gonna take it there. So, so Marcus, man, DEI.
DEI.
DEI, man. So
Yeah.
we got our American leader. If I don't think that's what he is. That's his title right now. He's president, right? So, and he's cutting a lot of programs. And I know you've been well, the thing about Marcus, man, he's been working with DEI for a handful of years. That actually moved him away from Atlanta. In that field, so he can speak to a lot of things that's going on with that. So Marcus, man, hey, take it away, cuz.
Yeah, I think I'll start with my journey working in DEI and what a lot of folks' journeys that within the past 4 to 5 years where what sparked getting into this field. Though I've been working in it subconsciously prior to this, but sparked up after George Floyd, where companies look to diversity, equity, and inclusion as an initiative. One, because of how direct that situation was with George Floyd and how it was really in our faces, similar to previous police violence towards black people, people of color, back in the day. But this one was polarized a lot more. In the summer of 2020, outside of other killings from police to black males, black females, and others. So that sparked a lot of controversy and a lot of, once again, making DEI as an initiative and a priority for some organizations. Unfortunately, some organizations viewed DEI or had it be more of a performative standpoint. With just now we're celebrating Juneteenth now. Let's celebrate Juneteenth. Let's celebrate MLK a little bit more. Let's observe and let's highlight our black and brown employees. Let's implement different DEI initiatives for workforce development and hiring practices and stuff like that. But my position has always been building a better culture and treating people fairly. I grew up in a very diverse upbringing, and I've always had friends from different diverse backgrounds. I had partners of different diverse backgrounds as well. I've always just been a component of everybody, whatever you love, who you love, that doesn't.
I'll tell you one thing. Mm-hmm. Marcus love the people, man. I love the people, but Marcus love the people, man. He's very diverse in everything that he does. I have diverse friends. I've seen him diverse relationships, diverse. And when I say relationships, I mean non-intimate relationships or intimate. I don't know, but like he's been.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean he could attest to what's going on with this DEI. I want to ask you, Marcus. How is the climate right now in what you do in your profession right now? Like, what is the climate? Is there anything you have to pivot from? Anything that's may have you nervous or people around you in your department nervous?
Yeah. So the current climate right now, especially, I'm living in Southwest Florida. This isn't Miami. This isn't Tampa, Orlando. This is between the average age being 50 plus, and there's a high level of poverty. So there's a duality of extremely long money, generational wealth, and generational poverty. So the dynamics, the cultural dynamics, and the political dynamics are very heavily, I would say, leaning towards conservative. Now, so the climate for what we do, and I don't want to get into details, but in terms of what I do and what our team does, we focus primarily on health equity. So it's DEI focused, but it's not looking for pillars and quotas to hit when it comes to talent acquisition in that standpoint. So we focus on how we treat each other as healthcare practitioners, and that should trickle down to how you treat your patients. That's the cascading from what we do. Now, once again, not explaining too much, there is a concern for what's to follow, what's going to go forth within this certain this presidency, and what things could be blocked or, as you all know or may not know, our monthly observances going forward are in jeopardy of being, canceled. And
what do you mean by observatives for those who don't know?
Yeah, so your Black History Month, which is currently going on, but he's threatening to disseminate Black History Month, Pride Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, all your monthly ethnic observances and celebrations, they're in jeopardy of being taken off the calendar. But your Christopher Columbuses, your President's Days, y'all see what's going on. So that is a concern in terms of people. Now, and I don't want to take too much time off this, but people have mixed reviews on and mixed feelings, and not just white people, on should we celebrate Black History Month and Hispanic Heritage Month and all these.
I was just going to ask you that,
because it's all American history. No other country celebrates like Black History Month. Now, on to me, in retrospective, it's important to highlight whenever these inventions were invented, or whenever somebody invented certain things like Black people have, let's highlight that person throughout the year. And
I like that.
Whenever the invention was, let's highlight that Black man or Black woman. Whenever, regardless, because that's kind of what we do with certain other observances. But that, I mean, personally, I know there's other ways we can fight the good fight, and that's building, in my opinion, that's starting with the youth, because they, especially this Gen Z, even Gen Alpha, they are advanced in terms of a invisibility
Super
standpoint.
advanced.
They've seen so
Super
much
advanced.
in a short period of time that we've seen in our lifetime, right? We're essentially playing catch up with these kids. They've seen the future already, and it's important to develop them and help them, guide them through the future so they're not pushed astray, because as advanced as they are easily manipulated as well. So that's where I'd like my focus to be going forward, is with the youth.
Now I like that, man. I know right now the buzzword is DEI, and it's very scary right now. My vision on it is whenever I hear Black History Month, I hear the things that we went through, and you're not supposed to forget where you came from or the things that you went through, but it's more of a reminding us where we were, opposed to highlighting where we are now. Um, I love that idea that you said about highlighting things that happened throughout, highlighting, specific dates on when it happened,
Yeah.
right? I love that idea. I think that's something that I don't know who we need to take that up to, but hey, that's genius. So we're gonna coin Marcus with that. But I just don't like being reminded of the things that we went through, and it's awkward in the workforce, right? I am the minority in what I do currently. I'm getting ready to switch gears, but what I do right now in my department, I'm the only one that looks like me. So right now we're here in Black History Month, and they want to like play music for our population or play music for our residents, and I'm the only guy they ask, like, hey, could we listen to James Brown? Can we listen to Michael Jackson? Can we? Is Prince? They ask me. They ask me, is Prince Black History, right? Like we can play Prince, right? I'm like, so the short answer to those three guys, James Brown, Michael Jackson, and Prince. The short answer is yes, but it's like it's just I'm in an awkward position, and it's hard to be yourself sometime in those positions because I'm me. I'm me. I know, but I know how to switch it off and on, and I know how to be corporate Terrence Daniels, and I know how to be, culture driven YBG Danny. You know what I mean, and everything in between. I find it very difficult to be in those situations, and it's getting more and more difficult the more and more I find out about myself. In the beginning, coming out of college, I knew how to code switch, and I just thought that's what we had to do. But as I got older, and I think COVID changed a lot of things. And for me, COVID changed. I grew my hair out. I had a brush cut my whole life. I never had braids. Always had like the trendy mini fro with the tapered sides. But I was like, fuck it, I'm about to grow my hair out. Then I had braids, and then I was nervous going into these interviews with braids. I just had the biggest interview of my life last Friday, and I had dreads with no edge up. And I'm like, hey, I'm me. You're gonna get me. Like my resume is my resume, no matter what my hair looks like, no matter what my beard looks like, no matter what sneakers I'm wearing. You're gonna get me. And I'm finding it harder and harder to code switch the older I get. So, and I like that about myself, but it's uncharted territory because I felt, and I'm very wrong, but I felt I always had the code switch, and I'm tired of doing that stuff.
What defines my name? What defines my name? What